All right, good to have you here. That Trump Reciprocal Trade Act is what we were talking about when we went to break. He wants to make it an even playing field. Yeah, I didn't even realize until recently that it was Lyndon Baines Johnson that put tariffs on Toyota pickup trucks, small trucks, which is why Nissan and Toyota are manufactured in America. Because if they were manufactured in Japan, there's a massive tariff on those vehicles coming in. They wouldn't be able to compete. So what did they do? They built factories in America and put Americans to work. You see, the key word here is reciprocal. As free trade is not the same thing as fair trade. Free trade is, in fact, a license for China and India to use the U.S. as a free fire zone, to lay waste to domestic manufacturing, destroy our economy. Fair trade is what we need. Fair trade is what we deserve and demand. Listen to what President Trump says about the issue, particularly when it comes to ending the decades-long policy of economic surrender. We won't do it. By putting American workers first, President Trump puts America first. He knows that China and India cannot afford to ignore or abandon America, and that access to our markets matters most. He knows that China and India cannot use America as a dumping ground for cheap, artificially cheap goods, and then make U.S. goods artificially expensive for consumers in Beijing and Bangalore. He knows that China and India need us more than we need them, period. He knows that we need to put America first, like always. Here he is.
But to that end, I will pass landmark legislation that will be known as the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act. If India, China, or any other country hits us with a 100 or 200% tariff on American-made goods, we will hit them with the same exact tariff. In other words, 100% is 100%. If they charge us, we charge them. An eye for an eye, a tariff for a tariff. Same exact amount.
Yeah, the same exact amount. You see, my friends, a new day is here. By the dawn's early light, a new day is here. With policies that put America first, the policies represent a shift, a sudden welcome shift from destruction abroad and decline at home to peace and prosperity. This shift, the shift from endless war and economic warfare to reconciliation and recovery, is the stuff of greatness. The shift is due to President Trump's victory on Election Day, in addition to his vision for a successful Day One agenda. The shift due to President Trump's leadership. If the shift seems different, if the shift also feels different, it's because President Trump is different. He speaks his mind. He speaks for the large majority of Americans. He speaks on behalf of almost 75 million voters again. He speaks for them, and he speaks for us. President Trump's Day One agenda is a new day for America. The agenda is about peace and security. The agenda is about America, above all, a new leader for America. A leader who respects us, not one who deplores or reviles us. A leader who reveres America. We have a leader who promises to make America great again, and we should listen to what he says because America has elected him by wide, wide margins. And at the same time, America is rejecting the shrill left-wing media. Quick aside here, because it's pretty remarkable, the numbers that I'm looking at. MSNBC, CNN, the ratings are plummeting. And not just a little, I mean off a cliff, plummeting into oblivion. The most powerful media outlet in the world today is Twitter X. Twitter X is by far the most powerful media outlet in the world now. Remember how people made fun of Elon Musk? He spent $44 billion. He was a fool. A fool that's laughing all the way to greatness. Twitter X, by far number one, and make sure you follow me there. You can watch this show in real time. You can watch the feed every day on Twitter X. But let me give you some numbers from MSNBC, for example. Joy Reid's program, down 55%. Ari Melber down 49%. Chris Hayes down 47%. Alex Wagner down 53%. Morning Joe down 40%. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Mika. Might need some Irish whiskey in that coffee. Stephanie Rule, down 67%. Ouch, Stephanie. I hope Social Security's there for you, and I hope it's in good shape because you're going to need it. Andrea Mitchell, down 40%, and the list goes on. Same thing happening over at CNN. Chicken Noodle News getting thrashed in the ratings. Sure glad they brought back the human bowling ball, Brian Stelter, whatever the hell his name is. I don't care. The little fat guy who hates Donald Trump. What a perfect time to bring him back. Just in time to get creamed in the election. By the way, at Fox News, the average 2.6 million viewers, a 60% jump. In fact, let's see here. Alex Wagner had her lowest rated show ever. Chris Hayes brought in the lowest number since May of 2016. I mean, their numbers are absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And you know, race hustlers like Joy Reid, they just don't get it. They don't. This part of the program, by the way, brought to you by my good friends at Hillsdale College. God, I love them. It's not too late to get that pocket constitution. Give it to somebody that is sobbing their eyes out because democracy worked. By the way, tell them that the National Popular Vote Compact, if that had been in place, as the left continues to push for, Donald Trump would have 521 electoral college votes. Whoa! Anyhow, go to gruberforhillsdale.com. You get your brand new pocket constitution free. gruberforhillsdale.com. Get that pocket constitution free. It's all shipped to you free. gruberforhillsdale.com. Make America great again and do it with knowing the words of our founders. I'll be right back.